Welcome to the 338 podcast and videocast studio. I want to walk through all the functions and operation of cameras, microphones, and everything in between. So first thing you want to do when you get in here is probably pop on the lights. Right here there's an on and off button. The settings are at 100% 4200K. That's probably good, but if you ever want to change those settings, the CCT is the color temperature and the brightness. That's at 4200. The brightness here, I just put it at 100% to make sure you have as much light as you need. So you do the same thing with the other one here. These microphones would probably remain on, but there's an on-off switch up top here. Just make sure that's set to on. And over here is where they feed into. You have your three settings, or three inputs right here. These are the two microphones up there, and this third microphone is if the producer wants to include themselves in the conversation. If you don't want the producer to include themselves in the conversation, you can just turn their volume all the way down. So that's input 3. So these first two inputs will control those two mics over there. And you just turn those up and down as needed to make sure you can hear them well. Make sure you speak pretty closely into the mic when you're on the mic, just to make sure your voice is nice and clear and you're not picking up ambient audio. So this should stay on, but if it's not on, just make sure this power button's on. I don't believe there's a power switch to turn them off and on. It can stay on the entire time. And this here on top is our video switcher. So when you have three different inputs, we're going to have three GoPro cameras there that you can use different inputs to cut to. So you have input 1, 2, and 3. That's all you have to do is go between the three, whoever's sitting here at the producer table. So let's go through how to operate those cameras. When you first enter the studio, they should be off. So all you have to do is turn them on, which is press and hold the side button here until you hear it beep 3 times or 2 times. And it's going to take a minute to turn on. And you might not see anything on the back because it is being fed their video feed to the switcher here. So right now, that's input 3, so we're already on it. I haven't turned on input 2, so you see nothing there. You'll notice there's some items on the screen here. You see the SD card notification and the battery power. We don't want those when we're recording, so there's a quick... All you have to remember is you press the side 1, 2, 3 times, and then press the top to select. And what that does is it clears out the screen. Here, we'll do it again for you. See how the record button is selected there? You press 1, 2, 3 until it gets to this I with the slash through it, and then you hit select on the top. And that just clears the screen, so your viewers who are watching this, they don't see how much battery power you have left. So you do the same thing with the other cameras. You just turn them on, press the side button 3 times, and then the top record button, and that'll remove everything from the screen. So once you have all your cameras on, you'll have the control on this board to go between different angles. And also make sure that this is pressed on. This top one here, this is the microphone, because we have a microphone input coming from our audio board. So make sure that's on, and that way, when this sends a signal to your computer of the video feed, of the angle switching and everything, it has that microphone attached as well. It has the audio and the video, and that way you have everything going to podcast, videocast, whatever it needs to be. So make sure that's on. Now, this gray cable coming out of the back of the switcher is just USB, and it goes straight to your computer. If you have like an application open right now, see it's using the webcam, so Zoom or any sort of recording software, you can just switch the camera. So right here, this is just the typical camera from Windows. You just switch that camera, and it'll go to the feed that you have on your monitor right here. So every time you make a change, you'll see it change right here. And if you're recording this, you're just recording the feed. And you could be speaking into the microphones, and it'll record all of that onto your computer, onto the hard drive that you have connected, or whatever it is. So whatever software you end up using, this should just simply act as a webcam source. So where you see like camera source, like on Zoom or anything, you can just select that as the webcam. And it'll have the audio embedded in that camera feed from our audio mixer. So as long as you're monitoring the audio source and it sounds good, this monitor looks good, you have all of that. So in addition to that, I think if you just want audio and not video, this black USB right here, that also plugs directly into your computer, and that's a direct line from our audio mixer. So it just acts as an external microphone going into your computer. So if you just want audio, you plug that in, it'll install a driver, and you can use that in a voice app or an audio recording app. Both Windows and Mac should recognize it. So to recap everything, when you first walk in here, go ahead and pop on the lights. Turn those on. Those should be good to go. Let's turn on the cameras too. You press that side button for a few seconds until you hear the double beep, and then you hit 1, 2, 3. And if you need a guide, make sure you press it until you get to this icon right here, and then press the top button on the GoPro to select it, and that'll get rid of everything in the frame. And then when you come back around here, as the producer, you pop on the headphones and make sure you're getting audio from the 2 microphones here in the chairs. So you have your subjects do a little test record, test 1, 2, and make sure you get your audio levels by adjusting these knobs right here. So you can turn them up, turn them down, and then this is the producer's microphone right here if you want to involve yourself in the conversation. If you want to monitor the audio on your computer instead of right here out of the board, just so you know that it's coming all the way through the mixer and the video switcher, you can just simply unplug this headphone and plug it into your computer, and you should still hear it in the recording. And then, if you want to get a video signal like we have right here, that shows the switching, then all you have to do is plug in this gray USB cable into your USB 3 slot on your computer. Again, Windows and Mac should work just fine. And make sure this mic button right here in the top left corner is set to on. That way you're getting this audio feed coming straight from our audio board. And then again, if you just want audio, this black USB right next to it, that'll be a direct data feed from your audio board, and that'll act just like an external microphone, USB microphone going in your computer. So it depends on what app you use to record your podcast or to record your video, but it'll plug in, it'll act just fine whether it's Mac or PC, and you should have everything you need right here at your fingertips.